As we wrap up this edition of Public Affairs on Peach, we want to turn our focus to people who try to victimize the immigrant community. Joining me now is Pamela Wilson from the U.S. Citizen and Immigration Services in the Department of Homeland Security. Welcome, Pamela.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Glad to have you. First thing I want to ask you is, how do people who target the immigrant community prey on their vulnerable, let me pronounce that right, I can't even get that word out, vulnerabilities
Yes.
And fears?
Well, typically people that are in the immigrant community may not have a full understanding of the law, and they may have language barriers. And because of that, unscrupulous companies will target them and try to scam them out of their money for certain things.
All right, so what do you tell immigrants about avoiding scams, and how do you reach them?
Well, this is an ongoing problem. It's not new, but we think that it's more likely now because of the uncertainty. And what we tell people is to be on the lookout for anybody that promises instant benefits or that they can give them the immigration opportunities right away. We tell them don't answer questions if someone calls you by phone, because we do not call people by phone. We also encourage people to go on our website to get the latest and accurate information.
All right, so what's happening now? And just in the last month or so, a lot of immigrants are scared. What are you seeing here in the Atlanta area?
Well, various things. We don't really keep track of what types of scams are going on in any given location. However, because of the uncertainty, people are more likely to maybe grab at things that they think will help them. We see people being called and saying that if you're in the process already, there's documentation missing, you have to call us right away, give us money right away. We never phone or email people asking for money of any kind. We contact people almost exclusively by mail on an official stationery.
All right, so if you're an immigrant, you're here, you've been scammed, I would imagine most of them just kind of move on. There's not a whole lot they can do, is there?
Yes, well, if they've been a subject of a scam, they can call the Federal Trade Commission or go on the Federal Trade Commission's website at ftc.gov/complaint. They can visit our offices, and they can call the State Attorney General. So it's very important for people to report these kinds of crimes so that we can make sure they're prevented.
How do you reassure them in this time that it's okay to come forward?
Well, we encourage people to come forward, and if they are apprehensive and we understand that, they can look on the privacy procedures for both our website and Federal Trade Commission, and then just determine what they're comfortable coming forward with. But we want to reiterate that our agencies, as well as the other federal agencies, are in the business of putting these things out of business and making sure that they're prevented. So we want them to know we're here to help.
All right, so is there a place that they can go to get accurate information? You were talking about the FTC.
Right, well, our website, as far as immigration information, they can go to uscis.gov. Now make sure, I want people to know, use the .gov suffix, because there's many counterfeit websites out there that look something like ours and have a seal, but ours ends always with .gov. On that website are multiple tools that we have, information how to apply. There's a little box where you can type in a question and get an answer back from like an automated source, and then they can sign up for email information where we do blasts on a regular basis. They can sign up for webinars. They can even go to public libraries in Fulton County. Many of the libraries have what we call a citizenship corner, where they can go and get detailed information and work with specially trained librarians, so they can check with the library system on which locations do that.
And, you know, and I'm sure a lot of people watching this will say, wait a second, they're immigrants, they may be here illegally, they don't have rights. But I guess they may not have rights, but they have opportunities.
Well, they have opportunities, and even when somebody, our agency deals exclusively with people pursuing the legal path of citizenship. But people may have family members, and there's always information on there, even about people that don't have, they can at least find out what is available and what kinds of rules are in place.
Pamela, thank you so much for being here and sharing that information with us. Thanks so much for joining us for this edition of Public Affairs on Peach. We'd love you to join in on the conversation, or if you have a topic you'd like to see us cover, let us know. Send us an email to publicaffairs@cbs46.com. And be sure to like Public Affairs Peach on Facebook. There we post our upcoming episodes and ask for your feedback. That's it for this week's edition of Public Affairs on Peach. We'll see you back here next Saturday morning.